If you're like me and you love the holidays, especially Christmas, and you're a big fragrance guy, you know that there's a time and place for a lot of fragrances. But there's this one fragrance in my arsenal, in my collection, that suits Christmas like no other. And really, it really does suit Christmas like no other. And that's Burberry London. Let's talk about it. It's nice. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rob and this is my channel, Rob With. Now today we're visiting the house of Burberry. And we're going to be talking about this classic from the house of Burberry, and that is Burberry Brit. Burberry Brit. It's been around for a while. And this is one of those fragrances that I really, truly enjoy. And like I always say, if I keep them, and I have in my collection, and I love them, I keep them. If I don't, I get rid of them. So this is one that definitely stays in my collection. Now this one was released in 2006, and the notes behind this is Anthony Mason Dye. I don't know if I'm butchering the name. Anthony Mason Dye. That's the name. So this perfumer has been around for a while. He's made some fragrances for quite a few houses. And I'll name some of the few here. He's worked for Acqua di Parma. He's worked for Benedetta Bottega. He's worked for Burberry. He's worked for Boucheron. He's worked for Combs de Gardon. I mean, he has a nice little background in his shoulders. So this guy really knows what he's doing. He has a pretty experienced nose, and it's, you know, one of those perfumers that puts time and puts an effort and has a great image for what he's trying to create. And he definitely came up with a fragrance that is one of my favorites from the line. And it's still, I mean, being that it's 2006 release, doesn't make it an old and outdated fragrance. I think it's probably smells just as good now as it did when it first came out in 2006. So let's give you some of the notes in this fragrance. The notes on this fragrance are bergamot. There's bergamot, there's lavender, there's cinnamon, there's mimosa flower, there's leather in this, there's some tobacco, and there's some oak musk. So what do I get from this fragrance? Of course, this is not too complicated with all the notes that are listed there, not too complicated. Mainly what you get in this, and I sprayed this not too long ago, mainly what you get in this is a sweet tobacco leaf. Sweet tobacco leaf. It seems like there's a little bit of a honey note in here. Could be the mix of spices and maybe a little bit of tonka bean. There's definitely some cinnamon in this one. And there's leather. The leather. There's definitely a leather note that really smooths it out a little bit. But I would say it's more of a suede leather note, and it gives it just gentleness and this really soft aura. And this is a very soft, like I said, very soft and gentle fragrance. And this is a fragrance that I really find to fit right now this season. the holiday season, which is now Christmas, December. Why is that? Well, I don't know if you heard this before, but there's a lot of people out there that say this smells like Christmas in a bottle, and I'm one of those people. And to me, I really get this nice spicy, I get like this pine, almost like this pine needle smell, very fresh cut pine, but not a heavy potent pine. It's very subdued pine, and there's some sweetness in the background. Again, it's coming from the spices and probably a little bit of tonka there. And that like I said, the suede gives it this nice little airy bubble of sweetness. And the balance of all those notes are just incredible. I love it. And for me, this is a very special fragrance that I only wear in the holidays. Whether I wear it all day or just wear it in the daytime and switch it up in the nighttime. But I always tend to gravitate towards this in Christmas because it just reminds me of a freshly cut Christmas tree, the ornaments, everything that resembles Christmas. I just see it here. And I love it. I really do respect the blending. He did an amazing job blending this fragrance. It's so smooth and so clean. There's not so much alcohol. There's nothing in this fragrance that's gonna hit you in the nose and say, oh, this is disgusting. No, it's very easy and peasy on the nose. I mean, most fragrances that have earth elements like plants and leaves and stuff like that, they're always gonna be easy on the nose. They're usually pretty easy on the nose. And one house that's known for that is Hermes. They use a lot of earth elements. And this was right up there with that, except, it's got the tobacco and all that, but very easy on the nose, very wonderful fragrance. Now, on this one, the projection is not monstrous. You're not going to get a monster projection. This stays right in your circle. It doesn't project much. This is somewhat of a personal scent. Its projection is it's mediocre. It's okay. I mean, you get about a feet or so of projection, but what I like about this one, doesn't project much, but it leaves a nice sillage, a nice little sillage when you're walking around, just light, just a few feet as you're walking around for the first few hours or so, and you're gonna get a nice day worth of this. And when I say that, I mean you're gonna get about 6 to 8 hours or so, give or take, and people are definitely gonna enjoy this one on you. And seasons for this, I think, for me, is a perfect fall to winter scent. Nice casually, nice dressy. I don't see any boundaries for this one, and I think anybody will love this fragrance. Maybe not a teenager, but anybody beyond the age of 18 or 19 will enjoy this fragrance, and they'll find this an interesting and a different fragrance. And I think anybody that smells this will say, you smell nice. Oh, this is so gentle, so nice, so sweet. You know what I mean? And this is nice going out on a date, going out on a bar. I mean, it's just it's one of those fall dumb reach fragrances, if I may say. But like I said, I've saved this for special occasions because I have so many fragrances, but I definitely saved this for Christmas. This is a special fragrance for Christmas time, in my opinion, for me. And yeah, you can find this pretty much in most discounters. You're gonna find this anywhere between $30 to $50 for a 100 ml or 3.4 ounce. I believe this is a 3.3. And look at this cool presentation here. This has the nice familiar fabric, or the common fabric that Burberry uses. You always see this style of a design on their shirts and everything. And, their stuff is very expensive, and if you want to, probably the closest thing you're gonna get to their offerings will be this. This is probably the cheapest thing you can get from Burberry. Everything else is over $100 for t-shirts and polos. So yeah, and this is a nice fragrance. It's a nice sprayer, some information on the bottom, and I'll spray it for you, of course. Nice sprayer. And I go pretty liberal on this one. I go about 6 sprays on this one because it's not super potent. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. And you get a nice day's worth, like I said. And I mean, you can smell it right now. Very nice, elegant, very clean. So yeah, that was my take for Burberry London from Burberry. Old, little classic, but still smells great. You know, you might want to add it to your list if you want to have something that's different and not very common. So that was my take. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If I don't see you then, I wish you a happy holidays. As always, much love and peace.